Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is a servant of the living God. Hope everyone out there is doing well. Jeremiah 23:28 says, "The prophet that hath a dream, let him tell a dream, and he that hath my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the chaff to the wheat, saith the Lord." Today I want to give a testimony concerning a vision that I had about a couple of weeks ago. And before I give testimony about this, I just want to mention that the day before I had this dream, I was in prayer. As Yeshua said, in the prayer closet, and I was praying unto Jehovah, and I was asking him and petitioning him to continue to show me whatever is in his will to show me, to continue to reveal things unto me, whatever be in his will to do, to reveal, to continue to give me visions or whatever revelation he feels is necessary. And I prayed this prayer. It was like in the afternoon or in the morning, at noon, somewhere around that time. And that night I went to sleep. And sure enough, he answered my prayer. And I had quite a vision, brothers and sisters. And here it is. In the dream vision, I was in an auditorium type setting, like in a theater type setting, in a big venue, in a big place. And there was a lot of people in the stands. There was a big audience, and I was among the audience, but I was in the front row. And on stage, there was a man. I remember that he was somewhat of a large man by stature, should I say. And he was some kind of politician type man, some type of politician. And he was speaking to everybody. And when he was speaking, he mentioned Yeshua, but he said Jesus. And he said something bad about Jesus. I don't remember what it was exactly that he said, but it's like he mocked, he blasphemed Yeshua. And after I heard that in the dream, I stood up and I called him out on it. I said, "Why do you always got to talk about Jesus?" And then he stopped speaking, and then he looked at me and he started walking towards me. And then he said, "What did you say?" He was definitely not happy that I stood up and I called him out on his blasphemy. And then I said, "Yeah, why do you always have to blaspheme? Why do you always have to blaspheme Yeshua?" That time I said Yeshua, which is interesting. I think it's pretty interesting, honestly. So after I said that, everybody in the audience vehemently agreed with my complaint, and everybody said basically, "Yeah, why do y'all always do that? Why?" They were agreeing with what I said. And the man obviously got angry, the one that was on stage, the politician. And after everybody agreed with what I said, a man, not the politician, but another man that was there, he seemed like some kind of, maybe, I don't know, he had some kind of authority of some sort. I don't know. But also in agreement to what I said, should I say, he said, "This day I declare a day for Jesus. That's what he said. That's how the dream went. And that's what he said. And then after that, everybody cheered. Everybody was happy. And I started walking away. It's like we were all walking out of the venue, out of the auditorium, and there was cameras flashing everywhere. And somebody came up to me and asked me along the lines as to how is it that you had the courage to say that, or what made you say that? But they were marveling at what I said and how I had the courage to say that and the result that came out of it. And that was the end of the dream, brothers and sisters. It was quite a dream. And that's when I woke up. And then when I woke up, as always, every time after I wake up from a vision, I always ask the Father. I always pray. I always inquire of him, and I ask him if this dream, if this vision was from him or if it was of myself. And if it was from him, what does it mean? What is the interpretation of this? And after I prayed, he immediately gave me an answer to my inquiry, and he signified to me by the Spirit to read Zephaniah chapter 3, verses 19 and 20. And here are the verses, brothers and sisters. Behold, at that time will I undo all that afflict thee, and save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. Now, brothers and sisters, these verses very much match up with the vision that I had. It seems like the Father was showing me that everything that he declared about his people Israel, everything will indeed come to pass, and none of his words shall fall to the ground. Everything. Even verses like this, that when you look at them, it seems like maybe to some it might not be that important, but of a truth, it is all important, and it will all come to pass. He was showing me that he means it when he says that he will get his people Israel praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. That's every land. Wheresoever he has scattered us, that's what he's going to do at the time that he gathers us. And also I perceive that he also showed me this dream to let me know that he is going to gather his people very soon. And it was a very nice vision, to be honest with you. And I praise the Father for showing this to me. And I felt led to give testimony about this, brothers and sisters. And it was also a answered prayer, because the day before I prayed to him to show me more visions, to give me more revelations according to his will, and if it be in his will. And that very same night, he showed me this vision. And when I prayed unto him the day before, I told him that to show me this so that I can continue to give testimony and continue to testify about him and to glorify him. And that is what I'm doing, even though, not gonna lie, brothers and sisters, sometimes I kind of don't feel like testifying about these dreams, because I don't want people to think that I am trying to show off, because believe me, there are people who do think like that when it's not like that at all. I'm not perfect. None of us are. But it's in his will to show me these things. And I will certainly do what I said I'm going to do, which is testify about everything that he shows me. So I hope that this was edifying to whosoever received this, because the fact that this prophecy has to do with his people Israel, I have to assume that this testimony is directed towards his people Israel and to those who need to repent, and those who he has in his will to become servants of his, to keep his law and his commandments and all his statutes, all his testimonies, and all his word, because his word is truth. Praise be the name of Yehovah Elohim. Thank you for listening, brothers and sisters. Shalom.